Hello and welcome to Stretford Paddock. This is Paper Talk, where we look at the back pages today as they come in. So let's get right into it with our first story of the day. Our first story of the day comes from the Metro, which have reported that Angel Gomes looks like he's got an offer from Chelsea. Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he's brought through the players like Greenwood, like Chong recently, who signed a contract, and we've got players like Williams as well. So I think losing a player of Gomez's calibre isn't something that Ole would want to see happen, if I'm being quite honest with you. But United don't want to lose Gomes. They've apparently offered him a £25,000 a week extension to stay at the club. But Gomes is yet to commit with a new deal. The Metro reported that representatives are unhappy with his lack of playing time and could advise him to move on. And as a result of this, Chelsea look like they have seemed to be knocking on the door, wanting his services. And can you blame him? I mean, he is a top footballer. And when he's not playing, you do feel like he probably should be playing elsewhere, maybe, because you can't waste that talent. He is that good. United, obviously are desperate to keep him, but if they can't strike a deal, then he's just got to go elsewhere, hasn't he? They are concerned. They say here in this article that I'm reading that United are concerned that he won't have the same thing that Lingard did, where he needed to bulk up before he made his mark, really, at the age of 24, and Gomez's frame, and he just seems a bit lightweight, maybe. I'm not sure United aren't happy about that. I'm not 100% on that one whatsoever, but it's just one of the things that was picked up in the article, which kind of makes sense, I guess. They're saying that Gomes now, is he going to be any more patient? I mean, I think he was United's youngest ever debutant at 16 when he came on for Rooney at the Palace game, I think it was. I mean, everyone thought back then that we had a real player on our hands and that this was going to be a new sort of era, and this lad was probably going to take us through the next 10, 15 years as a bit of a stalwart of the club, but he's just never really kicked on. I think his last appearance for United was in the 3-1 defeat to City in the League Cup, and that was off the bench when we was already, I think, 3-1 down at the time, so I don't really understand how much he could have affected that game. I feel Gomes does deserve more starts. I thought he would have, especially during the Europa League campaign, when we saw players like Greenwood come through, set the stage alight. I think he's got 5 European goals in 7 European games. I thought Gomes would have been playing alongside him. We had Chong as well. He obviously had contract issues. This is what I couldn't get. Chong and Gomes both had contract issues, but Chong still played, and Gomes was either left out the squad or put on the bench. Never got on the pitch. And I didn't really quite understand that one, if I'm being quite honest with you. Especially when I do rate Gomes a hell of a lot more than I rate Chong. But, I don't see him train week in, week out. Ollie must see something different. So, yeah, it might be something to do with his frame. It might be something to do with negotiations. It might just be hardball. I don't know. But the fact of the matter is this, is that Chelsea reportedly are interested in taking him. Frank Lampard, obviously, he's trying to get this new sort of style for the new, like a culture reset nearly through Chelsea. They do have a very aging squad. I'm pretty sure that Lampard want to get rid of all those aging players up front. Pedro and Willian aren't going to get any younger. Ross Barkley's pretty much never going to get any better at this point. I feel like they're going to want to start planning for the future, just like we are, really. And, they're going to start looking around England for some good buys, and I think Gomes will be a shrewd purchase for them, especially when the teams like Barcelona are also interested. But, yeah, as far as Angel Gomes is concerned, that's all to do with that. Don't worry, it's not that. Ighalo could be made permanent on a transfer for United during the summer. Obviously, he came here on a 6-month loan, and who could say that it's not gone to plan? I mean, the guy has just been unreal. He's scoring goals left, right, and centre at the moment. He just can't stop, really. I think he's got more goals in games. I think he's equal on his tally of goals, the same as Alexis Sanchez already, and he's only played like 4 games. He's come off the bench, and he's done really well. He started, and he's done really well. He's done everything that you could ask of him, really. And even Solskjaer's happy with him. He said that Odion's done really good since he's come in. He's enjoying himself. He'll improve and get better, and his qualities that we saw in him. But we needed him, and we still need those qualities next season, so let's see what we'll do. United have also been looking at alternatives in the market, as they would do. They wouldn't want to just, cherry-pick out Ighalo and say, well, you've done well so far, so we'll keep you there. But, it seems that as well, the fee that his parent club are demanding is only 15 million quid. When you think about the current state of the market, 15 million quid isn't that bad, especially when you consider that he's already shown that he's got what it takes to sort of be that second striker at United. 15 million to United is like pocket change. And why bother chasing someone with an agent, and why bother chasing someone who might not want to be here when we've got Ighalo, who will probably play here for free, if I'm being quite honest with you. I mean, there's interviews coming out with him left, right, and centre, and he just sounds like a kid who's just won the lottery, because it's that sort of mental for him that he's playing for the club that he's grown up idolising, and who can blame him? So I love Ighalo. United fans everywhere love Ighalo, and it's just he's like an infectious person in terms of you just want him to sort of do well at United. I said the word infectious, haven't I? Yeah, got a bit of a look then. But no, he's infectious in that way, in the good sense that he's just good to have around the dressing room. Players seem to love him. He's gelled really well. He's settled in. He's got his own chant. He's one of them where you go, we just need to get him, really. 15 million, why not? Like I said, why bother chasing someone when we can just get him? And he's happy. He said, I never imagined it was going to turn out this way playing for United. Even when I played in the Premier League for Watford, I never thought this was going to happen. First, you want to just go outside the country to start playing, even for a small team. Not even talk of going to United. My support of the team was great. I tried to see every game of United every weekend if possible, but I still remember those memories. So, you know what I mean? When he's talking that romantically about the club, United, come on, 15 million quid. Well, you made that on a match day. Just sign him, please. Just for all the fans in that ground and all those watching at home, just sign him because we absolutely love him. So, now onto a player that divides a bit of opinion in terms of how he actually does feel about the club and his antics off it. Not so much on it because he's a top player. Paul Pogba, for good reasons, seems to be staying at the club. So sources close to the United first team are saying that Pogba does have a chance of re-signing. Said that he was watching the win over City and he feels like this is where the team is going. He likes that. Pogba has been staying longer than usual at Carrington. He would have likely rejoined training today if it wasn't for the fixture against Lask. And he's expected to return to training on Tuesday. And he's been putting in real graft, apparently, and having personal tutoring with Michael Carrick. So, if I'm being quite honest with you, I was kind of took back when I first heard it because there's so many conflicting reports about Pogba, you never really know what to believe. And the Athletic, they're top-tier reliable source, so we'll go along with that. And I feel like Pogba does want to be at United in one sense. He's got one half of his brain that's going, I want to stay at United, and I really want to I'm in my prime now. I'm ready to drag this team through. I'm ready to be the leader that this team needs. Bruno Fernandes has come in, so it hopefully takes the burden off him as well. You've got to have all your top players playing, and I really do think that if this team gelled and then you put Pogba into the mix, this is a team that is about 3 or 4 away from a real top 4 charge, for a real title charge. And yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. The only issue with Pogba, obviously, is it's just so conflicting because there's a billion reports. I just wish that Pogba would come out and just do an interview like Ighalo's just done, like Fernandes has done, where he's singing his own chant, where everyone adhered to him straight away. He's singing his own song. You can't get more affinity with United fans than doing that, on an interview. Just do it, mate. Because if he did a 2-minute quick interview that was clipped up on Sky that you put on Twitter and had a few thousand retweets, that's it. You can see your intentions right there. Everyone will be back on side. We all know you're a top-class player. Do you want to be here? Because if you don't want to be here, just come out and say it. Don't have this division across the fan base. But according to The Athletic, he does want to stay. Now, whether that's reasons sort of like he just likes where the club's playing at the moment. I mean, this is kind of like when Rooney did it in 2010 when Ronaldo left and said, we need to start buying these players and we need to start doing this. And Ferguson wasn't keen about that at the time. So this isn't the first time that we've seen it in our lifetimes anyway. But yeah, as far as things stand, Paul Pogba looks like he could be on his way to staying at Manchester United beyond next season, which is, really interesting. So that's it for the news. So it's time to look at the comments and answer a few of the questions. There is no only issue with Pogba. There are many. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it's just there's so many different factors and variables in this entire thing that you just don't really know what to believe at this stage because, like I said, there's just too much to take into account. If he just did a video, a tweet, or anything that just come out and addressed anything, instead of having his brothers come out on French news, instead of having Raiola say something, instead of not leaking stuff, but these rumours just not being quelled by him whatsoever, then yeah, I would be on side with him. Even if he wanted to leave, if he just come out and said, I want a new challenge, I want to just go elsewhere, I'd at least respect him for the fact that he come out and just stopped all this nonsense and we can just, move on with each other and just, get on with it. Any plans for Paddy's Day? I'm in work. Yeah, I'm working the shift at the pub, so yeah, that's my Paddy's Day. That'll be funny. Plenty of Guinnesses pulled there. We're Manchester United. We need to have a top 5 striker in the world leading the line. I wouldn't mind having him in the squad. Yeah, totally agree. I feel like Ighalo won't ever leave the line for United in terms of being a number 1 striker. I feel like in European competitions and in FA Cups and as a second striker, as a backup, I don't think you can go any worse, really. He's good in the air. His hold-up play is absolutely brilliant. He's tricky with his feet. He's got a good strike on him, as we've seen against, everyone, really. And his attitude's brilliant, and he just loves being here. So I think that ticks nearly all the boxes, even boxes that aren't even there as far as I'm concerned. Ighalo for a year, bring Haaland in 1 year later. I mean, wishful thinking, but at the same time, I can somewhat agree with you because Haaland going to Dortmund is the perfect stepping stone for a move up. But we all know that Borussia Dortmund is Bayern Munich's Amazon wish list, so he's probably off there. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I don't want to get my hopes up too much, but yeah, Haaland would be just one of those players where you go, wow, okay, we've got something going on here. But here we go. 5 contributions in 3 starts. There we go. It's only 4 goals, bro. Yeah, he's played like 3 games. You can only play what's in front of you. What I'm getting at is the fact that how can you criticise him for that when he's done so well so far? This thing has just come out of nowhere, the coronavirus, and it stopped the whole... The world's just stood still at the moment, but you can only base him off what he's done so far, and why on earth would you go elsewhere is what I'm saying, when you've got a player who's done really, really, really well. Gomes is tiny, he gets stuck in Dini's studs. Bit of an exaggeration. Messi's also tiny. There we go. Perfect. Nice one. Ighalo, 15 million, fuck it, give him an extra free. Yeah, I would. Why not? It's 15 million to United, so it's nothing whatsoever. Is that a boost bar? It is, Alex. Tesco meal deal. I've got another one in there, actually. Yeah. Happy about that. We've got Bruno, Scott, Tony and Fred. Marcus Rashford is Mank born and bred. Can we please revive that chant? That is one of the best chants United have had in years, and it's just gone because of Sanchez, and yeah, that's it, really. I feel like Pogba's burnt his bridges with too many people. Yeah. It's this sort of backwards and forwards that's just boring me at the moment. I mean, I'm boring myself talking about it. I feel like I've answered the same question about 3 times now. But yeah, it's one of them where you go, just do something, just come out. But yeah, I think that's it, really. I think I've covered pretty much all there is to cover. So have a happy Monday, guys. Stay safe. Wash your hands. I've been Adam. This is Stretford Paddock Paper Talk. See you in a bit.